Hi guys, back again. This video, which is the fourth by the way, we're going to install the Raspberry Pi desktop in a virtual machine. Now, a virtual machine is a machine within a machine sandboxed, but you don't need to know any more than that. The reason why I'm doing it in a virtual machine is I can't actually record full screen on the main machine I'm using here while installing Raspberry Pi desktop. So we'll do it in a virtual machine, but the look and feel will be the same, and it will show you all the steps you need to take to install it on real hardware or laptops. Okay, so we're going to go from there. So the next screen you'll see will be when you boot from your USB key or CD or DVD or whatever installation you're going to use. Okay, so here we go. Okay guys, so here we are in your boot menu. So you've put your USB stick in. While booting the machine, you've either tapped delete or F12 or F10 or some it's F2 to get into the boot menu, so you can boot from your stick, okay, or your USB drive or your DVD drive or whatever media you're using to install. But this is the first screen you'll come up with. Okay, now you get quite a few options here. You've got run with persistence, which means you can run it from a USB key all the time and it will save all your stuff, all your information, to the key. So if you've got a new machine and you don't really want to install it on an old machine, so you want to do it at home, you can do that. Okay. The next option we get is run and reset persistence. This will delete all the information you've saved before and start like a new installation. Basically, it'll be brand new. The next one is run without persistence. This one, as soon as you turn off and shut down the machine, nothing will be saved and you'll have to start all over again. Now, the next one you see here is graphical install, which is the one I'm going to recommend for you and I'm going to show you how to use. The other couple down here, there's install, which is text only, so if you're not used to using command line, leave that alone. And one I've not tried is install with speech synthesis. Now this might be a good idea at a certain time, I might try that out one time. So anyway, we're going to go to graphical install, and we're going to click on enter, and off we go. It takes a little while to boot from the stick, as you can see. It will not be full screen for you, I'll tell you that now, because the resolution doesn't work like that when you're installing. So I'm British English, as you can see, that's me. So I'm going to click on continue. Remember, there's lots and lots here, okay? Lots and lots. So don't worry about it. So if you're from Azerbaijan, your language should be here. Basically what's happening now is installing all the stuff it needs to install it to your hard drive of your machine, because we're going to install it as we would do to a hard drive. So we're going to wait for this to load a little bit. Yeah, there we go, we're going along. It's going to detect our network, which means you really need to be installed to a LAN cable, but it should work with wireless as well. But, you know, all depends. You don't really need a LAN cable. It would help, because you can always update later. Right, here we are. Next screen for you. We get several options. We get guided, use entire disk, which I recommend. The next is guided, use entire disk, and set up LVM, okay? I'm not going to go into that now, because you don't really need to know, because you're just trying. You can always change to that another time, so don't worry about it. I've got some beeping in the background. We're going to click on continue for guided use entire disk. And there's my VirtualBox hard drive, okay? Normally, say you've got a machine from the school, they're normally between around 250 gig and 500 gig on the hard drive. Most of the small laptops I've got here from the school are around about that size. And they'll give you that option, and that's where you want to install it. You may get an option with your USB key, just ignore that. Then we're going to click on continue. Right, you get options again. These you don't really need to worry about if you've never done it before, but if you want to know, we'll do a video in the future about it. It's up to you. But all you want to do is all your files on one partition. That'd be just fine. So we're going to click on continue. Right, this is what it's going to do to your machine. For this particular machine here, hopefully, it's going to give me 10.7 gigabyte of machine, the stuff I can use. I've got 4.3 gigabyte of swap here. Swap is like page file for Windows, yeah? If you know what I mean. Leave on calling. So we can either undo them partitions or finish the partitions. So I'm going to write that to disk. So we're going to continue. And there we go. Do I want to do that? Yes, I do. Continue. And we'll start doing stuff. Now at this point, I'm going to probably just fast forward through the installation and you can just watch. Okay guys, we finished the installation basically. Now it's asking us where we want to install Grub, and you're thinking, why do I want to install Grub on my computer? Grub is a universal bootloader, okay? Or the Grand Unified Bootloader for Linux. And of course we want to be able to boot our machine, so what we do, we say yes, and click on continue. Right, now you want to put it on the disk that you've installed your system on, so if it's a 250, click on that one. And like here, it's a virtual box, so I know that's the one. We click on continue. It continues installing the bootloader for us, which means we can boot as soon as we turn the machine on, and off we go. It's now finishing the installation. It takes a little while, all depending on the machine. If your laptops or desktops are really old, it's going to take a while, so get a cup of tea, have a little read while you're doing it, just keep your eye on the screen and what's happening, and all will be hunky-dory, excuse me. So, finishing, and we'll wait a bit. Okay guys, that's it. We're finished. We're ready to go. The installation is complete. So next time you see the screen, it will be in our Raspberry Pi desktop. Super of the duper. Lovely. I'll see you next time. Bye.